Should you commit early to a relationship?
The point is, why be with somebody that you can't commit to their person? I think the essence of dating is that
Me being committed to someone does not mean that there is no.
Tabitha kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ jàre.
you can't just cut every single person you meet off because you are in a committed relationship. Any conversation that you are having that is already more than the conversation you have with the person you're with, that's boundaries that you're breaking.
If I pray to God that this also person, is it mine or not?
No,
If it is not mine, God separate us.
Hey, yeah.
So
That prayer is not going to work.
It's a better person that understands the vision better. Come, if Odogu carry Parara come, Abi.
Can I say something? You can never actually find a better person because even when you
The ladies have not clarity.
yes
Have you explained?
yes
Because was not clarity.
but what's your definition of poster?
It was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elon Jobs. I run a platform called Elonia, and on that platform, I often talk about marriage, relationship, dating, etc., especially in the modern term, and how complex, how complicated, and how dicey it is. I'm not the only one that you know. You probably know this beautiful, amazing damsel on my right. I think that's my right. She writes too. You know, her name is Adedoyin Adeoye, and of course, she likes to introduce herself. If you remember, she wrote the viral article, marriage is not going to kill you, but a wrong wife will bury you alive. Yeah, yes, she is, but she's more than that. So I will allow her to reintroduce herself because she has been here before. Adedoyin, the mic is yours.
Hello everybody, my name is Adedoyin Adeoye. I'm a writer, I'm a public speaker, and I'm a
And she's
philanthropist.
a philanthropist. She doesn't like to admit that. But me, I love that she's a philanthropist. She runs the organization called Home Africa, where they try to provide home for not necessarily physical home. Before you start running to a dinner and say, please, I have not paid my house rent in 50 years. Home for children that are looking for space, emotionally, physically, spiritually. They try to make available guidance in that space. I'm not in the charity business, so I don't know how they run their stuff. And on my left here is someone that I can never leave behind. Please introduce yourself.
Tabitha ni Lola Adediroba.
Ṣé ẹ rí orúkọ ṣe gùn báwọn? Okay. She's that set of long name that the only thing I could get there is Tabitha. Dorcas, Abi. Wow. What an amazing, wonderful somebody. She's a graduate of one school that I'm just hearing of for the first time in my life today at LA. What do you call that school?
Oyo State College of Health Science and Technology.
Health Science. So Oyo State have their own EdTech.
Yes.
Hey, wow, interesting. And she's currently a student at the University of Ibadan. It's such an amazing somebody. Today, we want to talk about something that we ought to talk about yesterday, but a lot of things happen. The light, the gen, everything, one thing led to the other, as you people used to say, after you have committed a sin. So we couldn't finish that production, so we are here today to dive into it. So some of their answers will be sounding rehearsed, but don't worry. Me, I have my questions that we still get them. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we want to talk about, apart from all this preamble, is that what strategy is the best, both for man and women, in the dating and relationship market? Should you commit early to a relationship? Like, should you find your first boyfriend or your second boyfriend or whatever, your secondary school, anything, you just find that person and you are there and you are committed and together forever until it leads to marriage? That's the first strategy. Like, you are committed, you are upfront. The second strategy is like, okay, let's see let's see how it goes. All of you that used to do, let's see how it goes kind of relationship. Where the guy is your boyfriend like that, but then, you are open to other options. You are always on the window. You are always like, there's always a room for other rooms. I think this follow the viral meme, like, you don't make your boyfriend deny you your access to meet your husband or something like that. There's a way, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing it here. He said, don't allow your boyfriend to make you miss your husband, your future husband, or something like that. So there are people that are in that camp, and there are people in the other camp. I don't know where do you stand. Where do you stand? Which camp do you belong to? Is it the people that be like, oh, I'm in love and that's it? To death do apart, it will lead to marriage. You are hopeful and whatever. It's one person and that's it. Monogamous commitment. Or you are this infinite opportunism kind of person that, hey, I am overtaking is allowed. I'm looking for the I am looking for the right one. Yeah. Which camp do you belong to?
Well, I'm in the camp of being committed to one person.
Wow.
Because this one that you said, infinite opportunism, and all of that, I believe that you said probably waiting for the best person.
Yeah, you are looking for that's why your boyfriend will not allow you to miss your future husband. You get that kind of thing.
The point is, why be with somebody that you can't commit to their person? I think the essence of dating is that you see this person. They tick the boxes that you need in your life. Why date somebody that is not ticking those boxes?
Do you know that the Bible do not record anything like dating? There are no acts of dating in the Bible. They don't date in the Bible.
But we cannot compare the times then to the current time.
So this time now require that when you are dating.
It requires that you actually check very well.
Okay.
Because those times the laws were very thick.
Okay.
And as much as not everybody was following it, majority were following it. Like the way women cover their hair, the way they don't work, they just tend to the family and
the fact that you should not even be talking in church.
Exactly. And you can't compare then to now. The law of
so
things,
now you are allowed to date.
You can cut. I will not call it dating. Dating
it's courtship.
Yes.
So you do courtship?
Yes.
Oh yeah, tell us. So in your courtship, you are committed in your courtship.
That's the essence of courtship. Staying committed to the person.
Okay.
That's
why you await marriage.
Yes.
So why don't you just go and marry since you are already committed to the person?
Because there are particular things that need to be put in place first before you marry.
Okay.
Sometimes in courtship, the man might not be financially or mentally ready to actually marry.
But
and the lady also,
is financially and mentally ready for courtship?
There's the finance for marriage and there's the finance in courtship.
Okay.
Courtship sometimes is that some people find themselves attracted to each other at an early stage and they are not totally ready to settle down. But I would advise that courtship should not be more than 3 years before you marry, actually.
Okay.
3-4 years is enough. Some people court for like 7-8 years. But that's
the Lord of the Ring.
That's fine.
Lord of the Ring.
I mean, that's fine for reasons that they understand why. But I don't believe in cutting for 7 to 8 years. 3 to 4 years is enough.
Okay.
To cut. So yeah.
So in that your courtship, you are committed to that person and that's it.
Yes.
Okay. So Tabitha, what is your strategy? Do you believe that everybody don't know what's going on? Like how will I commit vow? Let us be watching each other like that. And so that I will not miss my husband. Which camp do you belong to? Are you the I'm committed though? Nobody can ask for my phone number. I have it. There's this video by Anwar Jibar that's very viral video. I have a boyfriend. Any small thing, I have a boyfriend. You meet a random girl on this, I have a boyfriend. He has a car accident. He's trying to tell the girl, please help me. The girl said, no, why are you talking to me? I have a boyfriend. Are you that type? Or you are the type like, I beg. I'll not allow my boyfriend to make me miss my husband.
To me, only God knows the best.
God knows the best.
So, me being committed to someone does not mean that there is no.
Tabitha kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ jàre.
If I say, okay, let me stick with this person, I don't know what the person is doing at my back.
So you keep your doors open. You give your options. Tabitha, you are a rationalist. You are a practicalist.
What?
You are a pragmatist, but I'm going somewhere. So now, you believe that you are committed?
No. Don't get me wrong. What she's saying is the reason why it's going to be hard to find people that are actually genuine because everybody is scared of each other.
Okay.
But what I'm not saying that staying committed means that every single person that approaches you, you have to scream at them that, oh, I have a boyfriend. That's extreme. That's too extreme. Like nobody has to.
So where is the pendulum?
The balance is,
where's the balance?
I'm committed to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I will not overstep boundaries
Mm-hmm.
that would give the other person thoughts that, cheating is not until you actually sleep on the same bed with another person.
Sure, definitely.
It starts with the way you are relating with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
If a guy approaches me now and I'm with somebody, why would I say I'm not giving the person my contact? Because I'm in a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Commitment, the person is probably not approaching me for dating, but they probably have it
The
at the back of their
person
mind.
is probably approaching you for dating. Forget that side.
They're most likely at the back of their mind, but that will not stop me from giving my contact. Except I don't feel like I should give the person. But having a boyfriend will not stop me from giving the person my contact.
So where's the line? Where will you draw the line?
Where you draw the line is
Where will you draw the line of your so-called commitment?
when the person starts to move in a way that you know that this is disrespectful to what you have.
Okay.
You draw the line there.
Like
That does not
what?
mean okay.
Like where you are interested. I'm very interested. Like where I don't understand. You already gave him number,
Yes,
and you guys are talking.
that's okay.
And what else?
There are people that have approached me to collect my contacts.
Mm-hmm.
I gave them
Mm-hmm.
along the line. It was so clear that nothing will happen. I had to state that firmly. Nothing is going to happen because number one, I'm committed to one person. Number two, I have no reason.
This nothing you are talking about. I have no idea what you are talking about.
Nothing in the sense that the person is probably approaching me for a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
or in most cases, the way some people do is for sexual advances.
Okay.
Even if I was not in a relationship, those sexual advances already a no right
Okay.
from beginning.
Yeah.
But for relationship, that's where I come in to set the boundaries that this cannot happen.
Okay.
Because why? I am committed to somebody. I have not seen a reason for me to leave the person.
Okay.
That's the boundaries I'm talking about.
So
And if I see that this person is being persistent and it's getting to the point where I see that it's affecting my own,
commitment.
yes, that's where I cut the relationship.
Okay.
Relationships are, you never know where God can come in with anybody.
Okay.
So imagine cutting every single person that approaches you because why?
So wait,
You have
you
a
are still
relationship.
expecting God to come in too. So it's somewhere in your mind of mind. You too, you still a shop.
No, not for relationship.
You are still in the shopping or
When
more.
I say God coming in, it's not for relationship matters. There are some people that have approached me like that.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I know how much impact they've made over time in my life.
Exactly.
This was not anything like boyfriend and girlfriend relationship.
I know.
It was just normal relationship, platonic one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean, that God comes in from different places.
Okay.
You can't just cut every single person you meet off because you are in a committed relationship.
Relationship. But how far can fab go? That's where me I'm don't
How far
understand.
can fab
Because
go?
really, now let me explain this. I want to understand your commitment because I know you're a Christian sister. And okay, from at the extreme end of Christian sister, even if you are dating, what you'll be giving each other as Schengen hug. I don't know whether you know Schengen hug. For those of you that don't know Schengen, you are still you know deeper life hug. Deeper life hug is this hug that you be hugging each other from afar. And this one, let me find one perfect deeper life hug for them. So now, if you now have a talker person, you give your number, you guys are talking, and you guys even talk, sometimes you guys even talk more than you talk to your boyfriend.
No, those are the boundaries I'm talking about.
Where?
Those are the boundaries I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Personally, for myself, I barely have conversations that are not useful to my life, even with my friends.
Exactly.
So not to even talk of another person that is just coming in from nowhere. Number one, these are the boundaries we are talking about. Any conversation that you are having that is already more than the conversation you have with the person you're with, that's boundaries that you're breaking. Unless it's about something important, unless it's about work, unless it's about maybe something logical that you feel you can learn from. Those are the conversations. What kind of conversation? Have you eaten? Have you slept? How did you sleep? What's your business with that?
Have you poo-poo?
It's none of, like, those are boundaries I'm talking about. There are some people I have that I enjoy their conversations. We talk, but I can't say that it's more than how much I talk to the person I'm with. Do you get? If I notice that this person every single day we are talking, then I know that I need to put some boundaries to it. Because I'm a lady. Women are more emotional than men. There are ways that this emotions thing can get mixed up. And that's because you're already breaking the boundaries you're not meant to break in the first place. And this commitment thing I'm talking about is not because of the relationship.
I see the commitment in your sense, in the sense of this word, is still not concrete. Right? It's not so, and by saying it's not concrete. For instance, if a random person in the world is talking about commitment and I'm committed to my, most of the time, what we see as a commitment to a partner is often that, the sexual commitment, which is like, I'm not sleeping with anybody else, right? Do you get the point?
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping with anybody else. Almost any other thing in there. Talk. In fact, sometimes some of them have chat buddy. Some of them even have bestie that bestie know everything about their boyfriend and all the other guys are toasting that even the boyfriend don't know. Do you get my point? But for you, from this commitment point of view, I still don't get where the commitment look like. Really, from every other guy in your
like
DM.
The explanation you just gave now states that commitment is actually relative. My own commitment is different from your own.
So what does it look like for you? That's what I'm saying.
My own commitment came from
let me ask you what is one thing that you will do with your person that your courtship? The person you are in courtship with, what's the name of the person? What's that you give it to the person you are in courtship with?
Man, I don't understand.
I don't know. I know people that are dating each other are called boyfriend and girlfriend. People that are engaged are called fiancés, Abi.
Honestly, don't know.
People in courtship are called what? Courtman and courtwoman. Editor, courtman and courtwoman, new title. So now, your courtman, and what's one thing that you do with your courtman that you don't do with any other person?
I don't know because I don't really have much people around me, so I can't really say.
So you can't really say, well, okay, ladies and gentlemen,
that's why I said it's relative.
It's very relative. So at the end of the day, almost everybody is almost everybody. I don't know.
My person, I don't have much males around me.
You don't have much male around you.
So I can't say that this is what I do that I don't do with another person. Okay, like holding hands.
Okay.
I don't want to hold hands with somebody that is not
your person.
Yes. That's something I know that I do that I cannot. Maybe I'm walking on the road and I'm holding another person's, and that's too much for me.
Yeah, public PDA, public display of
that's
affection.
Too much. That's too much.
Okay.
No, I can't do that.
Okay.
Because normally I don't even like people touching me. So it's way too much to allow another person be walking on the road with me and holding my hand. It's something else. So that's something.
Okay, that's something. She doesn't do PDA. Now, you always keep God open. You see, she keep God. God is in the neighborhood for her. But you are talking to God, God, I have a boyfriend, but God, you can bring my husband and come. I have a problem with that. And the problem I have is that, when do you know this is the person? How do you arrive at that junction? Like, if you are constantly shopping and hoping for, the next person might be the right person, How do you finally get to know that this is where we are? This is him.
Okay, let me say, through prayer and the manner.
You can't use prayer. How you use prayer? I don't understand. How you use prayer shop. You use prayer do shopping. So prayer is your dollar, it's your MasterCard, it's your Visa card. You use prayer shop. Father Lord, is this it? Let me try another one. What are you using prayer to do here? I don't understand.
At least, if I pray to God that this also person, is it mine or not?
No.
If it is not mine, God separate us.
Hey, yeah.
So,
that prayer is not going to work.
Okay.
So normally now, if you are dating a guy, you collect you give other people number, and then you hope that if this one, if your current boy is not the one, God knows the best, yeah. God knows the best. Now back to you, because I already saw something there. You were saying that you're committed, blah 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 blah. Now, at what point will you know that this is not going to work?
That's why I said there are many boxes that should be ticked.
Since you are committed, you know you're supposed to
No,
be
no, no,
committed
no, no,
like
no,
that.
no.
It's not done. Huh? Is it
People-
not done? Is it done jollof? Is it not done jollof?
Yes.
Huh?
At what point would you know what?
That's no, the done jollof need to be undone.
The first one is if the guy raises up his hand.
I thought you guys are in courtship already. You
No,
are
no, no,
committed.
no. Commitment does not mean that it's a do or die affair when particular things start coming into the courtship.
Okay.
Something like you raising your hand, not even touching, like raising your hand is enough to cut the courtship. Cut it. Is enough to cut the courtship.
Okay.
The moment he never touch you, but the moment is like this, it's over. God cannot say yes continuously to somebody that looks like at the point when you aggravate them to a point
Maybe
they
he thought
would
you
lay
deserve
hands
some
on you.
correction.
No, that's a red sea. It's not a red flag.
The spirit in him, I don't know his spirit. I'm definitely sure it's not spirit of God. But the spirit in him is compelling him that you need correction. He's trying to correct you now.
Not from my body. You can correct another person's daughter, but not me.
Eh?
Yeah, so those are ways to know
So
that
if you raise
it's over. I'm serious.
Okay.
It's like that's a deal breaker. It's
What else?
done. What else? Cheating.
Cheating. Okay. Cheat.
That's another deal breaker.
Okay.
Unnecessary insults.
Unnecessary insult.
Yes,
Is another.
that's another deal breaker.
Okay.
Because you're not marrying just your husband, you're marrying the father of your child. Whatever he does is going to reflect on the
Nah,
children.
and I love that. So those are like things that he can do that will end the relationship.
Yes.
So for you are just committed as long as you didn't do any other.
I'm committed because I see the things that I want in him. And I see the things that are needed for my future.
So you don't think like there's no point where you can decide that
There's
I'm
a
not
point where I
doing
can decide.
so you can still decide you're not doing.
Yes.
That's why the fact that you don't raise your hand or
If
cheat.
God says go, I go.
I
If
don't why
I
you
feel
now there's no difference between you and anymore now.
No, when I say commitment,
She's
when
banking on God now.
don't get me wrong.
On God no man. On God.
When I say commitment is not a do or die affair. Meaning as long as I'm with this person and I say it is this person, I'm committed. But along the line, if something happens, it's fine. No, it's not hard.
You too, you want to
No,
you see
it's not
you are
hard.
still open to leave.
Why not?
She too, that's what she's doing. It's not as if Abi, tell me explain.
No.
You have a boyfriend, but you know that
If this one did not pay me,
pay me.
and I'll go for another person.
one. So where is the difference between the committed and the
difference.
not committed? Because
The
even the committed can become uncommitted.
The difference is that
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to another person for a relationship as long as I'm with one person. That's the difference. Some people will be in relationships and they will still be entertaining other voices. That's
But you two, you are collecting phone number now. That's other voices.
that does not mean anything. Would I chase every single person that approaches me that because I have a boyfriend?
I think they are already immune.
Even if I was married, right? And I go for like an event or a conference and somebody approached me that, can I have your contact? I would give it. Now it's left to me
The same thing that you two will do.
to set the boundary. Why would I chase
Why is that the
you?
difference?
The difference is the commitment. That's all. It's not deep. That's all.
Commitment you are the committed that you can be commit by yourself. You can uncommit even if you not raise his hand, cheat, or you can uncommit your commitment. It's the same thing that cheat will do. Abi, don't you know what's matter?
It's you that would define what you mean by commitment. Then I will
It's you
differentiate
that you are
what-
telling me about the commitment word. Give me, I know anything.
What does commitment mean?
Commitment means to be committed. What I said is that to forget forever, together forever. In
No.
fact, what I'm
That
saying is
only
that
happens in marriage.
the law. Where's the lawyer? If I'm getting like what the commitment should look like is that if you are committed, right, as long as the tenets of your commitments are not broken, which are some of the things you have listed like cheating, like beating, like abuse. Why would you say you can commit to?
Because
Because why?
just because.
Eh?
Because
Because because what?
because of the reasons I just said now.
No, now I'm saying in the same way you did not do all of that, you still believe that you can uncommit.
No, I don't. Well, why do you want to uncommit when there's no reason to uncommit?
Oh, okay, so you will not uncommit.
Yes. As long as there's a reason to stay committed, why not?
No, what do you mean there's some guy is a reason? As if he doesn't cheat, he doesn't beat you, he doesn't. I don't know any of the other.
And
red flag.
our vision is aligning. We are headed in the same direction.
You have added another
It's
criteria, which is that
helping
your
me.
vision is aligning.
Those are the criteria you should even tick before committing to somebody in the first place.
So your vision is aligning that.
Vision
you not
aligned.
uncommit. Abi?
You see that your purpose, this person has a great hand in your purpose. Where you are headed, they understand it and you know that this person can help you. You've prayed, you've gotten your confirmation. What else are you looking for?
So there's no uncommitting like that.
There's no
You are just
uncommitting
there,
like that. You're just there with the person
like that.
till you marry.
Till you marry.
Until death do you part.
So whether another person come along, whatever, you don't care like that. Even
No.
from courtship, even before marriage like that.
Yes.
Okay. So don't you now think? Oh, you see. Oh, so your difference. So the difference is that it's not like that for you. It's like if a better person, it's a better person that understand the vision better.
I mean,
comes, if Odogu carry Parara come, we gotta do. Abi.
Can I say something?
You want
Can I
to
say something?
Yeah, say it.
You can never actually find a better person. Because even when you marry that better person you leave that person for, you will still marry and find a better person. You
Okay.
always find better people. You always
That's
find
why I
people.
call it infinite opportunism, right?
Exactly.
It's like you always think there's a better person.
There's no better. Because that person too has one bad behavior. Some people see people in their relationship and they're like, I want a man like this, but you don't know what that woman is doing. Chike, you don't know what she's holding on to. You don't know what the man is actually bearing with. So you marry. That means people that do like this will actually get married and never be satisfied with the person they're with.
Because there's always a better person.
There will always be a better person. There will always be somebody
They
richer.
always seem like a better person. There's always somebody that seems and look like
At the
feel like,
beginning.
appear like.
At the beginning, it
better
will be
person.
sweet. Until you get to that point you are with your current person and you realize that you are back at that same place. Then you go after another person. Then another person. When does it end? It never ends. That's how you find people richer. You find people more beautiful or more handsome than the person you're with. And you are going to always regret it. That's where cheating in marriage comes in.
Okay.
Because if you can't commit now, you can't commit in marriage.
Now, here's now the ultimate question for you in your camp.
Face her now.
We are 5 and 6. So how now here's the question I love you to genuinely think about and answer. How do you know if you have not committed too early? How will you come up? How will you justify the fact that you have not committed too early?
What's your definition of too early? Is it about the age?
I don't know. You choose your criteria for too early. Whether it's age you want to use to justify, whether it's sex you want to use to justify, whether it's
I don't believe
Because
in.
the reason why I'm asking you that question is that I've dealt with a couple of people in their marriage. I know I do consulting. I do marital consulting, and I've seen people talk about the fact that there's this girl particularly when I was 400 level. That's when she was living in my apartment in the same building that we are living at, and she sings, every Easter like that. She does this Easter and Easter program. And then all of a sudden she said she wants to go and get married. And she went ahead and get married. Even till recently, this girl was texting me that please, your gas has finished. Can I help her with something? So sometimes, I'm bothered like that. Like, and this is not a singular case. I can list out 10 of them like that. Constantly my DM, and they are married, and they are in one year or there problem, right? So sometimes I wonder, is it not the fact that they have committed too early? They don't know what they want. They don't know if that's what they want. By the time they are picking the person they pick, and because they have this philosophy of, I find my commitment. If he doesn't do anything wrong, we are good. And sometimes because they don't know it yet, they feel like, love is this emotional thing, right? This commitment thing, this balance thing, and then at the end of the day, they get into the marriage. They discover that marriage is a math business. It's equation, it's mathematics, it's dynamics that requires you using all of your senses, not even some, not 3, not 2, and it's your heart will run away when supper comes. Do you get my point? So how will you justify the fact that will not breed early commitment in that sense?
Can I say something?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you the question. Because I know my sister here. She don't consider to for me and her dey the same page. Question no plenty for her. But I'm interested. someone young person that is this kind of this night saying, I find the one for me. Like my younger sister now, I find one boy that just finished that is in poly or whatever, and he's saying he love the guy. I was saying, hey, you don't know anything. You don't know anything, boy. Wait, do.
Before it all, love is not an emotion.
Yeah.
It's a decision.
Oh, it's a decision. Good.
Yes, it's a decision you make.
Mm-hmm.
So if your love is based off the emotion you're feeling at the moment, have it at the back of your mind that emotion is going to fade. And when it fades,
now here's the problem. I'm not even asking about love.
Yeah, that's
because
where
I understand love.
That's where I'm headed.
I'm asking about marriage. It's a
a
different
lot of people commit because of what they feel at the moment, which blinds them to what they're actually meant to be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for the mentors we have around us.
Sure.
That help us to see that there are some things you should look out for in a man. There are some things you should look out for in a woman before you can make that kind of decision. So I don't believe in too early or too late, right? If you find the person by 22, it's fine. And you are sure. You have checked everything. You have prayed. You have gotten your confirmation. And prayer is not once. You keep asking God. And prayer is not after you start dating the person. It's before you start dating the person. Because the moment you get emotional with the person, you cannot hear God. You will hear yourself. You most likely hear your own emotion. Except mercy comes your way and God helps you. And you don't end up with the wrong person. Because the wrong person is like 50% of your life gone.
50 very small, like 75.
So you have to be very, very like serious. So even inside the commitment, we are still checking. We are committed, but we are still checking. Settling too early. I don't believe in settling too early or settling too late. It's 50-50. There are a lot of people too that settled late and they still marry the wrong person. So it's 50-50. If God help you, mercy finds you. You do it well.
So is it gambling in your camp too? You still dey do gambling?
It's not gambling, but I'm just answering your question. It's a question I'm trying to answer.
I get.
That committing too early or committing too late, whether you commit too early or you commit too late, anything can happen. It doesn't have to, I wait until I'm 30 before I can commit, or I wait until I'm 26 before I can commit.
No, I'm not.
It's
I'm
still
not
the
talking
same
about
thing.
it. Let me give you an example of committing too early in another perspective, right? So, when I was starting out, oftentimes the reason why I'm concerned about these things, this kind of things, is that I know how many things could have gone wrong that won't reach this level of success, right?
Yeah.
Do you get the point? I know the things that worked quite well for me, right? And because of that, I often put that in perspective. Like the fact that I dropped out in my final year is one of the things that catapults my business. You know, we struck the good with some approach that we use with marketing, and since then we have access to a lot of big people, and they posted us, and we made our first $200,000 and cool. And ever since then, make the math of how to make 100 million, 50 million, and 200 million is no longer, it's not a complex thing for myself, you understand? And I know that even now, striking in the billions and cool is still a game that I'm trying to figure out. So if someone wants to live in West brackets of billionaires, right? If a woman or a man wants to live in the bracket of billionaires, for example, a woman now, because obviously she wants me to be the provider. So she wants a husband that is a billionaire. Let's just say, so that's a thing. That's a real thing. Let's just assume that's a real thing. Although it's something I will create the reporter and tell you why it's a stupid idea. But let's say you want to live in the billionaire bracket. That's the only way you think your purpose can be established, can be, pushed. And here I am. I've not cracked the 1 billion naira a month game. Do you get the point? Will a woman marry me now not mean that she's committing too early? Because as much as she might think, oh, Elo is on the trajectory, is on that road, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so
it's dedicated, it's discipline, blah, blah, blah. You get there in 5 years.
Okay, so everything is based on finance.
It's not just finance. I'm just using that as an example.
Okay.
Do you get the point? There are other things like, maturity. He's going to get mature to that point.
What?
Like, I can see he's growing. He's going to get mature to that point. He will leave such bad habits. He will leave such, not necessarily bad, like, icky habits. You get what I mean? Like, icks. He's going to leave those icks behind, He's going to mature into it, Now, he will grow into it. He will grow, he will mature. He's growing. And then I've seen people that we give those excuses for, even in my business, staff that we hire, and be like, she doesn't know how to make PowerPoint, or she doesn't know how to do this. She's going to grow into it, by 1 month or 2 months of training. And then after several months of training or whatever, they still don't get there.
Yeah.
There's one guy, I want to remember his name. I think his name is Sadiq. We call him Superman. This guy have been learning JavaScript since the time I knew him. And I'm talking about 2020. We're in 2025, this guy has literally been trying to learn web development, JavaScript to be particular, since until now. Till even last year, I tried to check what I can do for the guy. The guy still don't have an idea of how to handle JavaScript till now. 4 years after. But if you look at it, for someone like me that learned development over a weekend, you know, I can give that kind of if we grow into it, he will learn it, he will be there, he will get it.
Yeah.
And then it's fine. Do you know the funny part? I asked this guy to come around. In less than 1 week, Baba don't pack him back, disappear. Baba has packed him and disappear again. He couldn't stand the environment where he will learn. So sometimes we give those, you know, those forces, those bearing like, oh, he's going to grow into it, he's going to grow into it, and it will not manifest.
Yeah. So
and it's often to one of the big disappointments. Someone was saying that it's not finance that causes the most divorce. It is not infidelity. It's what causes the most divorce is uncommunicated expectations. That is, you have expectations that you believe that the person will grow into or something.
Yes.
You don't even really pressure them on it. You don't even ask them about it. But you believe that they are going to get it, and they never got there.
Now, those are the things I was talking about when I was talking about ticking boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, of course, there are some people like that, and it will be you'll be shooting yourself in the leg if you are expecting somebody to change when you never actually watch them closely. There's something I want to say now that might sound like I'm going over what I said before and changing mouths, but when you are with somebody, you are committed, but at the same time, you are looking at some things that you should be ticking. So, for example, now, like what you said, if you are with somebody and you know that this person has this particular bad trait, and you tell them, one of the boxes you are going to be ticking and unticking is to check how they respond when you communicate. If you communicate something and they respond in a defensive manner, they respond like you are attacking them. Rather, you're just passing across what is going on and what you think they should work on. You tick it, you write it somewhere. This person does not know how to receive corrections. Then that thing you corrected them about, if you see that the first time they didn't change, second time they didn't change, third time they didn't change, you already know that you have one box unticked, that this person does not take correction, and you cannot be with somebody that does not take corrections. Untick it. Leave the box there. Now, the parts where you correct the person and they flare up, you tell them also that, I think the way you receive information, you don't receive information the right way. If you see that their demeanor is like, oh, really? I think I can work on it. If you see them work on it, and you see them that, okay, they're actually doing this actively, you tick another box. But after everything, you see how many boxes that are unticked, you see how many boxes that are ticked. You see the one you can bear with, you see the one you can't bear with.
So, in one word, right, you expect that people should be keeping track of that. And you said earlier that once people are in love, all of these things, you know, you are blinded by it.
That's why
you don't.
No.
Hey.
No, that's why number one.
And you know, and then all of a sudden they will come with ring.
See, most people that are like this, most people you are talking about
you
like
get,
this. Can I say?
Will you be the
can
one?
I say
Will
something?
you be my lover?
Can I say something? Most people that do like this don't know themselves. They don't. No matter how much they say they know themselves. Because if you know yourself and you know what you carry and you know where you are headed, you will know that your life, your purpose is more important than any man or any woman. And you will not let one person sabotage it for you.
Okay.
So emotions have to stay one side. That's why it's important. I don't believe in a youth not having a mentor.
Okay.
As a youth, you need to have a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, you can't marry somebody that doesn't have a mentor. You can't marry somebody that is not accountable to at least two people. You can't marry somebody that does not have somebody that will say, stop, and they will stop. Those are boxes to be ticked. So emotions, you have people that are keeping you in check that, your emotions, don't they override your sense of reasoning? That's because when emotions come in, we can't actually think. That's why we need people around us. That's why we need strongholds around us that can tell us that, come, have you asked them these questions that will sit both of you down and see the things you are not seeing at the moment? Because when that emotion wipes away, blood is tears. Teary blood.
Okay.
That's what will be falling. So that's what I'm trying to say. You have to tick some boxes. You have to check. You have to have
your
people.
commitment is still doing examination.
I mean,
don't even understand your
my own
commitment.
type of, the commitment I mean is the commitment of you are not entertaining unnecessary conversations that look like you are a cheat.
Okay.
That's the commitment I mean.
Okay.
My commitment is not saying you can't have other guys you talk to or you can't have other females you talk to. Then if I'm talking about commitment, then we should not have female friends or male friends in relationships then.
Maybe that's
No, it can't work like that.
Upper pigmentation version.
It can't work like that. The commitment I mean is commitment of once you notice that with the other sex, your intention, their intention, your own motive is already going off key. That's where commitment is breaking already.
It's going off key.
Yes, that's the commitment.
Play soprano.
That's the commitment I mean.
Okay.
I don't mean you should not entertain or talk to other guys. I'm talking to you, a man. That means if I'm saying commitment, that means I should not be talking to you.
You should not be talking to me. Why are you talking to me in the first place? Why are you talking to me when you have a man? Please. Please, he's talking to me. No. So now, I'm coming back to you. This is how your commitment school of thought, and you still are doing examination. He's doing examination, ticking boxes for the guy. Hey, grab to your law. Hey, what is your commitment that you still doing tick box? See, you are finally one. You have got your confirmation. Are you not the one that say you got confirmation right now? Carry your cross now.
God confirms something does not mean that it will still work. Because we are human. And if you don't work on yourself as a person,
carry your cross.
There's nothing God wants to do.
No.
Let me tell you something. God can confirm me and her. And if she has bad behavior and I have bad behavior, we can never work.
Producer, please come and remove me in the middle of these lesbians. They are committed today. They are
It's plain now.
It's play, okay. It's play. That's why you use play to get committed now. Now the problem I'm having now is that having infinite opportunism like that, the next one, she has raised a few cases for us, which is false. Are you sure that will not snowball even into marriage? Like, when you're always open to a better chance somewhere, are you sure that will not snowball into marriage? Are you sure when you're married now, all of a sudden, the ring will just change your brain? Now I'm a committed person, dog.
This thing is a choice. Let me put it like that.
It's a choice. Why are you not choosing that choice now? Is it easy? This is the choice.
I mean,
no, it's a choice.
It is.
It depends
On
what I think that it suits me.
So if you are in marriage, what suits you is the fact that there is a better. The video is in my DM. Hello.
Before going into marriage, I would
have. Which kid and the video? Who is your favorite?
The video.
Oh, so now the video is in your DM. Now you have Ringo. Baba Amade. The video. Rodada.
There is nothing to think about it anymore. Once I said, okay, this is the person that I want to settle down.
So how come? Why will you arrive at that? When there's always a better person. Now the video is in your DM.
It might be in my DM, but that time has passed.
Only that time has passed as how?
I know.
So it's about time. Which time has passed? The time for you to be
searching period of time.
So what you are saying is that it's until if you get ring now, that means you are done searching.
At least that one is a bond.
So what will make you accept the ring? If you always believe that there's option out there.
If I see that the person that I actually want to settle down with is okay to me with everything that I want in man.
With everything that you want. So even you two, you are doing this box ticking thing. So how do you find out the boxes? By just by being on the fence like that. Do you think you'll ever be able to find out that the best person actually tick the box? Because people used to fake a lot of things. So people used to fake a lot of things.
Yes.
Me, I have authentic cars. I have cars in my name. But I know people that don't. That the cars are not in their name. Their uncle owns the car and they carry it to club and they use it. In fact, I know people that house does not belong to them. It's one of the uncle that is US that I know people that the good behavior that they are using right now is they borrow the good behavior. They borrow posts. They don't have it. It's until you know that you see them when they are fighting on the road. When one car wants to start your car, you know that Jesus Christ is not inside them. They will say that big Jesus So now, how do you know from the fence like that she really like being committed? You can watch that person closely. You can, which I still believe that being committed is not guarantee you that you know all of the things that you need to know.
Of course.
But then, how do you finally decide that this person is enough for me? Because all you want to continue to expand.
The person's behavior.
The person's behavior. So the first person behavior is not good. That's why you are expecting the second person to come around.
No.
Hey, wow. So back to you. You said this thing. There's no setting too early. And I'm talking about the potential thing, like potential clause, which is like most of the time picking a commitment too early like that will mean that you are setting for potential. And then you say, you need to tick boxes, blah blah. Are you now saying that the best person to commit to is a finished product?
Can you ever get a finished product?
I don't know.
A lot of people's definition of finished product is different. Some people's finished product is he has a good job, he has money, he's intelligent.
A lot of girls I've met always claim self-possession.
Yes, no.
But the funny part is that when I start having conversations with them, 99% don't have brain. And I'm serious. And I mean that 99%.
So you should be scared for those kind of people because they will most likely attract men that don't have brain.
Yeah, sure. No, we don't use to last. Some girls, our conversation end on first conversation. There's this girl that I dated for like 2 months or so. The reason why we broke up is that we were both too intellectual. We argued too much. And that's what attracted us to each other in the first place. And that's why I know that maybe I don't want somebody that is too sharp-sexual at the end of the day, that is too whatever, that wants to debate all the time. We debate, if we argue. If we take one concept, like if we take an idea, we take one thing that she's doing or I'm doing, we analyze it, we microanalyze it to the future,
It's stressful.
We overstress it, we always overthink anything.
Stressful.
Such an intelligent lady, but we still dey argue everything back and forth. It's too much. So I don't know. What do you think? Are you thinking you are not going to be? Do you think it's the finished product that is best to commit to?
Was
the people that already kind of tick the boxes? Because technically that's what you are doing by saying you are committed, but you cannot commit when they don't tick the box. No, so are you saying the person that wants the box, the commitment thing, is the person that is already done? Like
you can never actually tick all the boxes, because even for me, if a person is dating me now or courting me now, there's a high chance that you're not even seeing me. Even there's a part of me that even me I don't know that is there until maybe I get married. And the person starts seeing it. So that thing that looked like finished product when you wanted to get married is now looking like unfinished.
This thing I warned Christian brothers about. I said one of the problems that I think people that are married with the Christian philosophy are going to have is what I call post-not clarity.
Yes, now because
what's it called? What do they call that thing when you fall into chaos? There's a word they used to call it, like post-not clarity drama or whatever, or trauma. When you fall into after the knot has been knotted. It's become clearer in your eye, because this thing happens to we that when we are in the world, right? You sleep with the girl that you think is the finest girl after Molanisa, you will just look at her after
that one.
After the entire bedmatics, you don't look at her like, is this girl that spent like 400,000 on? Which kind of wahala be this?
You
don't look at them. Oh, multi never 400,000 kilo.
That's for people that walk in delusion. I will not call it Christian brothers because I know my friends, they are not delusional. Their eyes do not close. All these things you are saying does not apply to them at all. Like, they know that the person they are with is not the finest in this world. Me and my guys can be sitting and one girl will come be like, oh my, fine. They will legit argue that, fine, you baby long. So it's not every Christian brother. Maybe in the past, 21st century Christian brother knows what he's doing. He knows who he's with. He knows that this is not the most beautiful person. He knows that the woman is married now is not an angel.
Okay.
He knows. So he's not marrying with delusion, expecting that she's an angel. Everything is going to be working out perfectly. Me, somebody can think that I don't have my own until you actually start cutting me, until you marry me and realize that, if you meet my brother, ask him. I have some You can be talking to me and I will go mute on you. Like I will not answer you. I'll just be looking at you. That's a very bad thing to do.
I know.
So imagine I don't work on this thing and somebody marries me and expects that because I'm talking like this, I sound very intelligent and they marry me and meet this kind of thing. You think they will not be shocked? Are you not the Christian sister?
Yeah.
So they will be shocked. It now depends on me to now work on it. And do the work that I need to do.
But you don't understand how personal clarity works. This personal clarity, this is how it works.
I'm not a guy. I don't know how it
I was
works.
even asking again 2 days ago, tell you that, do ladies have personal clarity too?
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Oh, have you experienced it before?
Yes.
Good, okay. Because personal clarity.
But what's your definition of post-nut? I did not. I don't understand though. Like,
you have answered. You said you.
No.
Don't worry.
No.
You said you.
Post-nut.
You have had personal clarity.
I thought you were using it to define something.
It's personal clarity. Is the clarity that comes after you have noted.
No. What I mean is, you were talking to somebody like talking stage. Then the moment you like start dating the person, you realize that
you don't
this
know
person is
that's
not.
post-dating clarity. Personal clarity is specific.
Let them put camera on my face. I don't know post-nut clarity.
Personal clarity is specific in nature. I'm talking about after you have noted.
Oh no, I don't know it.
After you have went to black night, you now look at what you are looking at.
I thought we
Kí ló ń
literally.
ṣẹlẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ náà? Ṣé tí mo ná 500,000 lé lórí rẹ̀? You now start, over clarifying. You start understanding some things. Ọmọ yóò find a level here now.
I don't know it. I don't know it.
You don't get like you have been happy. You see new later. You see, you look at it.
A poster, I don't know it. I don't know it.
You look at everything. You see, there's nothing here. She don't even get cough.
Shey they put chewing gum on his eyes.
And that's why most guys used to wonder where after he slept with me, he's no longer picking my call. There's what we call personal place. And I'm often afraid for that for Christian brother. Christian brother, there's personal clarity. This is the way they look. When you say, I know she's not that beautiful, but I love her like that. The reason why you are still saying you love her like that is because you are not noted. I will tell you again, if you not finish, you will finally realize how ugly she really is.
So what do you expect them to do at that point?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying I'm afraid for them. Because
I
from
think
a Christian point of view, there's nothing you can do. But me, I'm just saying, it is what it is.
When you decided to love somebody, you decided to take them with everything that's coming with it.
I know.
So even if you post not or after not or whatever you want to not, this is the person you decided
I
you
just
wanted.
want them to be aware that
They know.
there's this thing they call Murphy's law, that even if you think about the worst case scenario, the worst case scenario, the thing that will happen will still be worse than the worst case scenario, right? So when I think about it, I'll be like, the way you are looking at this is that you say, she's all that fine, but I love her like that. She has a great behavior, But after you see her inside room, you will finally realize why great behavior is not okay.
That's why.
There's this ex that I had. Before the nothing, I was like, her high is just, her high is unique. It's not like she has a little bit of high problem. Her high is unique. Oh, her leg, her leg is not that balanced, but then she, After nothing, I say, this girl look like my grandmother. Which guy was like, this girl look like my grandma. Do you know the funny part? After the first nothing, my body did not move again. My body did not move at all again. As in, even after coming the following day, if not the whole thing, I'm just cannot go further with this. So I'm not imagining that. Imagine that I was thinking I can manage that before the nothing.
That was the mistake.
I'm going somewhere. I was thinking, everything is possible. You understand my point?
I don't understand.
I was concerned. I was deeply concerned, but then there's this notion that things will go. It's love. That's how we love. You love people.
No.
You love people regardless of their flaw. The same story that you're telling yourself.
No.
It was the story I was telling. But after I noted, I was like,
No.
this is not possible.
No.
This is not possible.
You see, we're saying different things entirely.
So I'm often concerned for this commitment. That's where I'm concerned. This is what I say. I've committed.
We're saying different things entirely. What
So,
we are saying is different.
What are you
From what
saying?
you were saying, what I can sense from it was that you were more focused on the physical and the sexual aspect of the relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
There's something you are now missing. You are forgetting that the relationship between man and woman is called sexual relationship for a reason.
Yes.
I'm not focusing. Let me tell you this thing. I believe I'm very sexual or sexual. I love lawyers. I do this. I love girls that can talk, think, and whatever. You know, we already planned our podcast and get blah blah blah. You know, she writes. Even she wrote. There's one line that I bought somewhere. You know, she's one that prepared the documents for it. Do you get the point? So I love her. If it's all of those things, I love everything about her. But after nothing, I realized that I'm not sexually moved, and that shit cannot be faked. These are some of the things I believe that this commitment thing is. I know guys in the street that they used to compare, you know, the depth of penetration to decide which guy they will pick in that department.
So what do you want somebody to do? To test around?
I'm not suggesting the
So
test. I'm just exploring the reality.
Like okay. Like if you actually get married to the person and you realize that okay, I think one of the things to check out is physical attraction.
Yeah.
Before you get married to a person.
But I'm telling you, there's what I call sexual attraction. You can be physically attracted, but after first round of sex, you are no longer sexually attracted.
So what do you
I've been there. I've done it. So I know what I'm talking about.
So what do you want the person to do?
I don't know. I'm just telling people about this commitment.
So the commitment is not the issue.
Your commitment is committed?
No, then the commitment is not the issue.
So what is the issue?
Even if you commit late and you still end up marrying somebody that you think, and that kind of thing happens again, what do you do at that point? What do you do at that point?
Some people love the idea of testing the water deeply.
That's a foolish idea. I'm sorry to say, but it's foolish.
Okay.
Because how many waters do you actually want to test before you actually get it? That's why many people marry. Then they marry somebody and they realize that of all the people they have tested, their wife is not. They are comparing the sexual feel they got from one person to the person they are with because it's not aligning. It causes issues.
21st century.
21st century. To hell with it and every other person in it.
We are in 2025 and
test waters.
I'm going somewhere. If we do fertility test in this room now, maybe 1 or 0 people here will be qualified. Do you get me? So what I'm saying is that there's a living reality of the fact that people already have experiences.
People are just wasting bodies.
I know, but there's a living reality of that. And we cannot be having this session and be talking for the last 30 minutes or 40 minutes and not talk about that and not.
But can I understand something? This thing about testing waters and commitment. You're saying that before you decide to be committed to somebody, you need to test waters. So your angle of commitment, that means you are checking through everything that has to do with commitment, right?
You too, you talk about checking boxes now.
Yeah. So the angle of commitment we are checking now is the sexual part.
Yeah, we are talking about the
so I'm now asking
boxes in that department too. Or...
You can't you can tick boxes, but for a believer you should not be ticking that kind of box.
Oh, for a believer you should not be ticking boxes.
That type of box should not be ticked. I'm not against.
Oh, you are wondering what I'm saying to the camera. God will help all of us in that department.
I'm not against if you want to tick box, that kind of box. It's fine, tick it. But for a believer, you should not be ticking that kind of box.
Only for a believer, you guys should not be ticking. But me, I'll just tell you that sometimes you sin and you ask God to forgive you so that you can know what you are doing.
Sometimes you sin and the repercussion is big.
If you go and end up with somebody that has something that is this small,
can I say something? For every sexual sin you cause, there is a consequence for every sin. You might not get the consequence now. You might not get it later, but there will surely be a consequence. So tick your box right.
Because at the end of the day, I don't want the situation where you be complaining that your husband something is this.
That's one of the headaches they carry. Carry
your
it.
wife is not on the bed.
Babe, you will learn. That's the essence of it. Both of you learn together. It makes it more fun. Learn. You want Nicki Minaj? Then marry Nicki Minaj. Stop looking for the right person.
Okay. So you believe there's no testing water,
How many waters do you want to test?
Even if you end up with something this like all liars are go to hellfire. You believe in testing? I'm just being honest with the honest bunch people. I know this is not honest bunch podcast, but I ain't lady because me have been there and I say thank God that I tested what I plan wedding day.
But did you marry the person?
Did I marry the
So before you marry another person, you test that water too. What if that person is still not it? You test another water, then you keep how many waters do you want to test?
the thing is that I'm a new creature in Christ. That's why I always tell people.
Testing waters.
I always tell people that one of the things you can learn as a Christian is that you are being in the world very well. It's let there be a ransom paid on you. But if you are caught there, you end up in fire. Go new problem here new. But the problem is, I said, let there be a ransom paid on you. And what I mean by let there be a ransom paid on you is that the blood of Christ is flowing available. So go and sin. Know the word before you go out and say you are born again. Because if you don't know the word, you see one guy that Odu can't even photo. You see one leg is almost tablet. You see everything. You say, I love her with my heart. I love her with the love of Christ. We are going to figure it out in Jesus' name. They work like that too. Torí at one point I started wondering pé ṣé àwọn need Viagra láti bá ìyàwó mi sùn wàhálà wà lélẹ̀ báyìí torí ọlọ́ táwọn wà fẹ́ move. Even my producer can relate to what I'm talking about because ó ti ṣe producer mi rí. Èmi ò lè sọ ju àwọn ọ̀dọ́ pé ó ti ṣe producer mi rí pé ọmọ yìí ọmọ tó kàn wálẹ̀ tó kàn kún lẹ́lẹ̀ bíi drum yìí á rí ọmọ move sí. Producer wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ wọn pé kí ni ń ṣẹlẹ̀ mo ní ká producer kankan ò sí wọ́n mọ̀ mí lo producer lo another person báyìí ọmọ ń ké látòrí 3-story building ni so káàmù ọmọ pàrọ̀ tó láwọn ẹlẹ́mí ò láìkí. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you guys have heard from both sides. The people that say that you test water, that commitment is subjective until final date of warning. In the problem I have with our idea is that if you are not committed now, when will you commit? Because if you say it's until God ring, it's a lie. It's a lie. If you are not a committed kind of person, you will never be committed kind of person. This thing doesn't attach to somebody's body from behind one day. That's one thing I want Tabitha to know. For you, commitment too early is real. And the too early, by the what too early, don't think it's about age. By the what too early is not only about money. By the what too early is not only about bedmatics and sexmatics. It's everything combined. You have to look at all these spectrums and say, hey, hope I have not signed up for what I will later be chopping bread and butter with. With that being said, any final notes from either of the camp?
It was nice meeting all of you.
It's nice meeting you too. Tabitha, what do you want to add as a final note? I don't want you to come up in bad. That's why I'm not asking you too much questions because people will start here and say, that girl that is, That's why I intentionally decide not to ask her too much because when people listen to this conversation, it's often a very honest conversation that we all need to hear. But we often label it as such, and we are a liar, we are a hypocrite. You that you are looking at them and say, that girl will have a lot of boyfriend now, she's not committed to her boyfriend. Even you, how many girls are in your DM right now? How many boys are in your own DM? Be lying. Let us be lying to each other. But one thing I will tell you is that at the end of the day, when you finally decide to commit into someone, please, if you are going to be monogamous in a relationship, commit fully. Chongo. And if you are going to be male along with, just yours, have as many as God can help you with. Ireo.